I'm Julian Gold. I'm the farm manager for the Hendred Estate. It's a mainly arable farm. Some of it's owned, some of it's rented, some of it's contract farm, but overall it's about 2,000 acres. There's a few problems with inputs. A, they're fossil fuel based, so they've got a limited availability as we go forward into the future and potential price increases. B, a lot of them are environmentally unfriendly. For example, we're putting so much nitrogen fertiliser on. We're doing so much cultivations that we're just burning the organic matter out of soil. And if we're not careful, we don't leave anything good for the following generations. For anybody that wants to farm sustainably and look after their soil, which is the main resource that we've got in farming, the soil is our factory, if you like. Edaphos are a company that sort of acknowledges that and will help you achieve that. The difference with Edaphos compared to other companies selling inputs is that they're looking at a more of a holistic approach. All the other types of fossil fuel based inputs and the way other chemical companies want you to splash them on, it just ignores the soil biota. But it's basically trying to harness the best bits of nature, all the nutrient cycling that goes on in the soil with all the bugs and the soil biota. It's trying to work with that rather than ignore it, I suppose, is the way I see it. In very rough figures, soil organic matter in the UK has dropped by about 50% since the Second World War, since the advent of chemical fertilisers and chemical pesticides. So basically we've burnt soil organic matter out of the system, which is our deposit bank account, if you like. What Edaphos is doing is helping to start rebuilding the bank balance and probably more to slow the degradation of that bank balance. I mean, it's a very, very difficult thing to do, to build soil health and build soil organic matter. It's something you measure in your lifetime rather than 2 or 3 years. But, I mean, we've got to get started somewhere, and the approach that Edaphos is taking, it's got to be the right way to go, to just try and think more about how we're using these inputs, what type of inputs we're using, and try and farm in a more balanced way.